Hello, nasties. Starting this color and chat a little bit different, showing you the end product first because the rest of this video, the lighting in the rest of the video is going to be absolutely atrocious. We are in the middle of a summer heat wave, yet another one, triple digits in desert land. What else is new? But I was in the mood to be very dark, very cold, and very cocooned in during the course of this color and chat. All of my windows were closed. It's dark in here. You know how it is. So bear with me for the rest of the video, but this is the truer to life color. Sorry for the crappy quality, but it is what it is. Vampire hibernating, All right, on with the color and chat. Hello, my nasties. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be playing with Lunisoleil for another color and chat. I have my garbage can full of water. I'm dying for some iced tea though. Maybe some iced coffee, I don't know. But I'm not gonna go make it because if I go make it right now, it's gonna pull me away from coloring. So prior to about 5 minutes ago, I had not planned on filming a color and chat video today. I was working on my vintage shop for the better part of the morning and I thought, you know what? Film a freaking color and chat today. Why not? You have time, do it. And so I don't film color and chats unless I'm in the mood to color. I don't force myself to do it. And I could go for a little color today. So Lunisoleil it is. I have already pre-picked the colors. This is the page, obviously, that I'm going to be coloring in today. I've already started, obviously. And we're just gonna keep it moving. I'm going to stick with a pink color palette today, pinks, reds, and I would like to explore today that technique that I messed with. Was it the very first page that I colored in Lunisoleil? This one right here. And just a little refresher, I do have the color and chat for this one available on the channel if you would like to go watch it, but if you are not interested or if you watched it and just don't really remember what the hell I'm talking about. So for this page, I played with the idea of misaligned color blocks. So when you look at printing plates, particularly old-fashioned printing plates, the ones that every print was on a different color, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, or red, yellow, blue, the primary colors. Any instance of those colors is always going to be printed layered. So if you were going to print a section in a comic book that is green, you are not going to use a plate that is green. What you are going to do is you are going to align a plate that is yellow with another plate that is blue on top of each other. And when you see those inks on top of one another, well, of course, you're going to get green. And that's how green appeared in vintage comic books, vintage packaging, all that sort of thing. Why? Saves money on developing every single ink color under the sun when you can create every single color essentially with red, yellow, blue. You don't need to go buy every single paint that they sell. You can create all colors with red, yellow, blue, and then of course with white mixed in and all of that black too in some instances. But anyhow, we're getting off track. So the idea for this was the idea of when you see vintage comic books, magazines, newspapers, and the colors are misaligned, you get that little bit of an offset where things look a little fuzzy and blurry. So I wanted to offset the color. So right here, for instance, this portion was supposed to be inside of the sleeve here, but I decided to create the color block and shift it outward. Up here, you see this orangey red color should have been enclosed within this section here, but I shifted it down. So I know it sounds a little complicated. Watch that video so that you can see a better explanation for it, but I will be demonstrating it on this page a bit. You can already see that I started to right here. I went outside the lines on purpose, and you can see that the pink is not right up against the outlines there. It's kissing the edges, but not quite there. So imagine if I had filled in the block and then was able to pick up that bit of color and then just shift it. See, that's an easier way to explain it. Imagine filling in a section, lifting the color as if it were a sheet of transparency, and then shifting it. There you go. Just bear with me here. And I thought that I had Now I know that I did. I had swatched all of these colors already and I can't find my swatch sheet. So 1 second while I create. All right, just really quickly, a little swatchy swatch. And I mean, take it with a grain of salt. You know, everything that I'm saying, experiment however you see fit. But I'm going to show you, or I'm going to attempt to show you in better detail right here. I'm going to fill in her cute little poofy poof fro. We're going to fill it in with this color, and hopefully you'll forgive my hands, by the way, if you see. Yeah, I know we've got stubby nails today. I've been liking the short nails lately. I haven't been putting the falsies on, and I'm keeping the natural ones kind of short. I'm letting them grow. I am, because I miss having a little bit of claw, but I've been moving a lot of stuff around, boxes, and a lot of breaking down of boxes, and not having claws is so nice. Anyhow, I digress. But, oh, and today I shattered nail polish bottle, and it got all over the place, and so I'm covered in nail polish. But anywho, this is not finger talk. This is coloring talk, coloring chat. Hello. So right here with her fro, what I'm going to do is come in from where the boundaries are supposed to be. Again, this is all intentional. And I'm going to pull it down into the skin. See that? It's so off, but it's off on purpose. Purposeful disorder, basically. Intentional chaos. Oh, it's not really chaotic. I mean, in fact, it's probably the opposite of chaotic because this is very controlled. So, not chaotic at all. This actually requires more, messing up in this way, intentionally messing up, requires more brain space than just going ham with the markers and just throwing everything on here. That's why I like it. It's control, but it's also out of control, you know? So that's that. And then her outfit. Again, we're going to stick with the red color palette today, and because of that I want to make her skin, I was going to keep it blank, but if we're going to be annoying, let's be annoying. Yeah, let's go with does it look terrible? I don't think it looks terrible. It just looks abnormal. And what's wrong with that? You know what I'm going to say next, right? Do whatever you want. Or I suppose specifically what I most often say is do whatever the hell you want. And of course, I'm going to tell you to make a what? Make a mess. Treat my books as the irreverent little coloring experience that they are. Color in them however you damn well please, of course. But try things. Try scary things. Try all the things. Let's do the boots also in this color. And again, we're gonna so you see what I'm getting at here, where the color is going outside the lines on purpose. And on this one, we're gonna go out in the opposite direction. If this looks a little intimidating, I get it. If you are not accustomed to going outside the lines, I suppose is what we could say. If you are not accustomed to purposely going outside the lines, yeah, I can see why this would make you a little uncomfortable. So don't feel bad if you have to, if you're not as quick with it, right? If you have to outline, feel free to outline. Get yourself a pencil and just lightly outline where you are going to put your blocks of color, or just a little tippy tip. If you are a stickler for not wanting to get your markers, not wanting to pick up any graphite with the markers and spread that around, because you know that can happen sometimes, use colored pencils. If you are going to use a pink for a section, use pink to outline it. Green, use green to outline instead of a pencil, you know, and that way you don't necessarily have to be too mindful about erasing. Still go in very lightly so that you can erase a little bit if you wish to, but if not, just go over it with the marker. You'll be fine. So let's see. How about, what is this one? RV 100? Sure. I'm wanting to grab another shade of pink also. Wait, why does that look like the same one that I just used on her boots? RV 100. What the hell did I do? RV 100 and RP 1. This is RP 1. Why do they look the same? Or you know what? It's drying a little bit lighter, or have I lost it? Have I completely lost it? No, I feel like it is drying a little bit lighter. I don't know. You probably think I'm losing my gourd right now if you're watching, because the color is probably so subtle, the color difference between the pants and the boots. I promise you, there is a slight difference. And I believe when last we spoke, I was lamenting that I had run out of my freaking gold sparkle pop, and I have not replaced it yet. And I feel like this page needs a lot of gold. So, yikes. I kind of screwed up there. But let's see. I do want to play with another pink. The thing is I don't want this page to end up looking very similar to this one, because this one's what? Purples, mulberry pinks, oranges. I wanted to keep this one pretty monochromatic. So let's just keep trying. So let's do, and of course. It's these damn markers, these Copic markers. I've been lamenting this and just bitching and bemoaning this for many years, that these damn markers dry out way too quickly. Can't stand Copics anymore. I know, I hate saying it, but it's like, honestly, what would happen if I just, hey. I mean, why not? Why not? Now it's all nice and juicy, like, see? That's what I wanted you to glean from this. I wanted you to get experimental. See, this is why, guys, I tell you, don't stress out when things don't go your way, because happy accidents happen, and I kind of like that. Should we do a little dabby dab right here? This is just how my life works. And the more time passes, the more I'm welcoming relinquishing control, because I am such a control freak when it comes to other aspects of my life. And it's like detachment, man. I was completely detached from the outcome of whatever was going to happen here, and that's fun. So what would happen if we did a little... And let's do... It's going to turn orange. Oop. See, that dot did not go exactly where I wanted it to. I wanted it to be over here a bit more, but that's okay. Turned orange as expected. So I'm kind of not super digging on it, but I mean, I'm not hating it either. That's not quite what I wanted, but again, who cares? Just do things. So yeah, let's continue with the pink. So you got to see that in real time. New little development. How many of you right now went to go grab your marker refills and thinking, I'm gonna try that? You're welcome. Have fun. Don't yell at me when you make an ungodly mess everywhere. But by all means, please try it. Try it and make a mess, please. Wishing you many happy accidents. Damn it, I can't get control of this one. This is getting out of control. That was obviously not supposed to extend that much. But that's okay, because we'll come down here and we'll extend something. How about we do... Let's see. You know what? I kind of like the thought of doing black orbits. Orbits, I mean, they're kind of like halos. So black orbit headpiece, black orbit thing that she's sitting on, a little black halo, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm going to do that with the black glaze pen. So we're going to hold off on that for just a second. And then down here, I do want this to be a block of pink or red. So how about we go for... No, let's just keep it this fluorescent pink. And here it is losing its juice again. Ugh, give me a moment while I rejuice again. And actually, truthfully, when you rejuice a marker, you're supposed to let it sit there and you're supposed to let the juice fully soak into the felt. There's a period of absorption, blah, 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 blah. So I think this is going to be a good place for us to stop. So I'm just going to stop for now, and then we shall return to our little neon drippy drop darling later, and we shall see what kind of unholy mess we will end up with. Welcome back to another day and another coloring session. As you can see, I've introduced green, and I've done quite a bit more since the last time we chit-chatted. I am, however, going to keep this page pretty minimal. I mean, minimal-ish in terms of what I tend to do. Definitely less going on in the background than this one, but I am keeping the vibe of this page, which is the first one that I colored in this book. The color blocking, the offsetting, the thin lines, we're going to keep that, but more minimal. Just something a little bit simpler, you know, easier to manage. Not everything that you do in your books needs to be a total masterpiece. You know, just keep things minimal every once in a while. It's good for you. And take it from a maximalist, someone who enjoys doing the most. Always. Are you telling me that you are dying also? Come on. Am I going nuts? I think it's just because it's under direct light that it doesn't look as metallic. Well, you know what? We're going to use something else. We are going to use Stinky McStinkers. I actually like the way these smell. I love the smell of solvents. If you've been here for a while, you know that. I've talked about it before. Xylene is what's in these. I love the scent of those. Xylene is also in these chart pack markers. Oh, God. Yeah, I just took a whiff, okay? I love the smell of xylene, of isopropyl alcohol, of 100% pure acetone. I don't know what it is. I love it. I'm a fiend. I know. I know. Thank whatever God you believe in, I was not around in the 70s, because given my affinity for loving chemical smells, you know where I'm going with this, right? I don't want to get demonetized off of YouTube, but you know what? I'm just going to say it. The cocaine. Now, I don't have an addictive personality, so yay for that. But the pure coke of the day must have smelled like all of those chemicals combined. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. But it was disco. When in Rome, you know. God, I wanted to use my glitter. It's okay. What I can do is go over it with a clear glitter gel pen. I've never done that before on this metallic deco color marker, so I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to find out. Let's see what happens, yeah? Hold on a second. There's one more little section right here. I love a metallic, don't get me wrong, just a plain metallic, but sometimes your girl just wants a glitter. And really, I'm going to keep this session short-ish. I just wanted to hop on to show you guys where we are in the page and what I'm going to keep doing with it, because this isn't going to be anything outrageous. We're almost done, to be honest with you. I'm just going to add a few more details here and there to clean up some of the lines, add a few more elements. I mean, that kind of works. Not quite. It's not quite the sparkle pop effect. And you know what? As a matter of fact, today, as soon as I'm done filming this particular portion of the video, my ass is jumping online and I'm ordering some gold sparkle pops. Today. Immediately. Running out of those hurts me more than running out of the black glaze pen. I know. Clutch your pearls. I know. Did I just say what I said? I did. Which is funny because I used to use the deco color frequently in my coloring pages. Truly, I mean, quite often. I need a ruler for this part. I have not been using a ruler on the rest of the page, but for this, I feel as though I need it. Don't have a ruler? Okay, well, we're gonna make a ruler. Do as I say, not as I do. Go get yourself a real ruler. Don't be lame like me, unless you don't have a ruler, in which case, okay. But we're gonna make ourselves a makeshift ruler. There's just something about a thin gold accent line that does it for me. I just think it looks so good. It's so unnecessary, but it just works. And we're gonna do it. This one I'll freehand. I'm just gonna go boop and boop. Boop. Do it with me. Boop. Oh, disaster. That one was a disaster. That's okay. You know what we're gonna do? Look, we're gonna cover up our boo-boo by adding a design element. Little gold square, and let's toss in some more little gold squares. Might as well. This video, it's a whole lot of nothing, but it's also full of some little tippy tips, yeah? The dripping of the refills. Turning mistakes into unintentionally intentional design elements. Always something new. Always something new in my coloring chats, right? Maybe not always, but sometimes. Okay, so I think this is a good stopping point for this particular color and chat, because truth be told, I'm not going to be introducing, excuse me, I got a little froggy throated. I'm not going to be introducing any more design elements onto this page necessarily. I'm simply going to be messing around with the line work. So I will show you what I mean, and then I'm going to take off and likely finish the page off camera. So let's see here. Let's grab, I want to go with the thinner markers, or rather the thinner pens. Let's do like a number 3. Might be a little too chunky. Let's do a number 2. Let's stick with the number 2 and see. So, judging the lines, here's what I mean. Actually, where's the section that's going to have a little bit more impact? Okay. So where this pink is offset, I'm just thinking about following the offset lines roughly. Nothing, we're not being too precise. Like that. See, we're just going to go around. And then I'm simply going to add line elements wherever I see fit. No rhyme or reason. Just freestyle, okay? So I will check in with you later when this little lady is done. Oh, what do we think? She is now complete. At this point, I do have my fan on in the background, so you're not crazy if you're hearing that, but it is super hot, super hot in the afternoon. And of course, the trash can is full, as is the iced coffee. Wait, am I drinking coffee or tea? What did I grab? Coffee. And then of course, she's complaining of the heat, and she's eating the hottest hot sauce imaginable. It is what it is. She's all done. Cute, right? It's different. It's it went a little bit less minimal, surprise, than I was aiming for, but it's different. It's abstract. It's almost retro 60s sci-fi with an 80s Memphis School of Design kind of flavor in a weird way, you know? So all of this to say, you don't have to go crazy. Just slap some lines on it, play with your color, just do what you're gonna do, and you might like it, you might not. But all of that being said, she's all done, and I hope that you enjoyed joining me, whether you like the page or not. What matters is we had a good time. Well, I had a good time, so I encourage you to do the same. Grab some colors and just get experimental. Just do it, enjoy. If you ruin your page, blame it on me. If you are coloring in Lunisoleil, you have a million other pages to play with, so don't fret if you quote-unquote screw up. All right, that is it. Thank you for joining me. Everything you need to know will always be listed down below. Links to the supplies, links to the coloring book, all of that good stuff. Oh, and of course, my social media. Go follow me over on Instagram, why don't you? All right, thank you for watching. It was a pleasure as always. My nasties, be bad, be good. I don't give a damn which. Just make sure you come back in one piece, and I will see you in the next one.